Hey, residents of Meepletown, today we are the offspring of the Emperor of the Incan Empire. And we are trying to gain the most fame so that we can take over the empire ourselves in Tawantinsuyu. So let's get to the table and check it out.
All right, Meepletown, we have Tawantinsuyu set up. There's a lot going on here, Dean. Are you excited to play?
I want to play, Tawantinsuyu. That's a tough joke.
That was.
Yeah, it's hard. You would think it would be there'd be some pun there, and I know there is. I just can't. It's not there.
Yeah. I just don't know what to say to that.
I don't know. Like if you had wronged me, you would Tawantinsuyu me.
That's better.
Is that better?
It took a long time to get there.
Yeah, but it's hard to work that into natural conversation, don't you think?
Naturally. All right. So in this game, now my mind's just gone. How about that?
This has nothing to do with like legal battles at all. Is that right? Do you
That's
need
right.
help? You good?
All right, let's roll.
All right.
We're not rolling at all in this game. Okay. So in this game, what we're going to do is we're going to do one of two things on our turns. This is a victory point game, and there's a lot of ways to score points. Right, Dean?
A bunch.
We're either going to be putting our worker onto one of these spots out here, and we'll tell you how that works as we play through the game, or we're going to be taking two secondary actions, which have to do with drawing those cards. We need to place the offer out.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Drawing those cards, drawing some military cards. Getting workers here from this nomad area, or moving our high priest, which we will begin to put those out. Dean's actually the first player, so when he makes his turn, he's going to put his high priest out. And that's it. There's a bunch of different ways to score points. You'll see all that as we play. Let's go. Let's get it.
Ready?
Boom, baby.
All right, so I'm going to place my high priest out, meaning that at the beginning of the game, what you want to have an idea of where you want to go on the board, because
I hope that you always want to have an idea of where you want
that's
to go
right.
on the board.
But especially at the beginning, because where I place my high priest means that I'm going to be probably placing my meeple in here. If you want to go in the other areas, like lower or to this side, then you're going to have to pay potatoes. And you know how many potatoes I have?
Potatoes or corn.
Or corn. Yeah, but I don't want to waste my corn. Corn's valuable.
Especially with
potatoes.
Especially with those weaving their tapestry.
You're saying
we're struggling so far, huh?
All right, so I'll play right here. And you good with that?
I mean, you do whatever you want to do.
I don't know what I'm going to do with that later on, but
the first time you play it, you don't get the action here, which we'll talk about those as we progress. By the way, since it's a 2-player game, there's already meeples workers out on the board. Normally, there's not in a 3 or 4-player game.
That's right.
And Dean has already built stairs. We did this whole drafting thing where you get 8 cards, you keep 3 of them, you get other 5, you get resources or get the actions. Dean built stairs. I built this god. I also built this building here, which is going to give me a perpetual bonus throughout the game.
That's right. Ready to go?
Yeah, make your move. I'm waiting for you.
That's
You're the first player.
Sorry, that's
I'm just trying to fill in the space while you're thinking on your move, and you're not even thinking.
I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, I think I know. I have an idea of what I might do. How about that?
Why is get your 100-player marker out of here? You're not even 100 points.
I will be. I'm just leaving that.
You're just preparing it, and you're going to put it up there.
All right, I'm going to play. I think right off the bat, I'm going to play this. So you're going to see that this has 2 different things on there. It's got a symbol at the top, and it has resources, or in this case, it's got 4 victory points at the bottom. When you're playing this without the god that matches that symbol on there, you don't have to pay attention to this at all. You're just looking at the symbol. So I will play that, and I'm going to play in this area here with my red military meeple. And, you know, it would have been probably better for me to place it over here if it matches up. If it's next to a same color meeple, then you get to take the double action. But with a military meeple, you actually get to take one of those meeples. So first thing I'm going to do when you place that military meeple is you're going to take a military card, which is, oh yeah, I like that.
And so what Dean was saying, we're looking for adjacent colors.
Right.
Adjacent workers of the same color. And if there are, so if Dean would have placed it here, he would get 2 actions. Here he's only going to get 1 action because there's not another red meeple. And they have to be on the same terrace as well. So if there was a red meeple here, it doesn't matter.
All right.
A warrior.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I placed that there. I took my military card from that.
Sucker.
I'm only going to get 1. But I need potatoes, which is also maybe not the great thing to do. But I really do need potatoes. I'll do that, and then I also get to knock off one of these meeples and take it into my area.
Like the Godfather.
Yeah.
You're gonna, yeah, you should.
Enough, you can't.
I don't know if they could have seen the look on your face when you said, "Yeah, it was just really weird to me."
I mean, I think they can because there's a camera
You
literally
were
on
looking
my face.
towards me.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of these.
Because there were 4. Because there were 4. When in a 2-player game, when you get 4 of those God cards laying out there, you shuffle them into the deck. You put 1 down there. So whenever we're able to draw cards, we can draw blindly or draw from the offer, which Dean offered that. Now, my next move is not super exciting. It was, yeah, okay, whatever, I'll show you. I'm going here, so this is where my priest is. And again, to move the priests, you have to take a secondary action. You have to go clockwise. We'll show you what that is. But I'm going to take my blue worker right here and place him right here because the power of the blue worker is that, and what is the blue worker called? The architect. So let's use the right words. The power of the architect is whenever you put it on a blue spot, you get 2 actions. So I get 2 actions for that. And then because this guy is adjacent, we're going to trace through 1 icon on every side. And because he has a worker adjacent, an architect adjacent, I'm going to get 3 actions off the rip. On top of that, I do have a god here that's going to get me. And because the god symbol matches this symbol, I actually get the bonus on the bottom. The negative is I'm going to get 2 build actions, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to take those actions because the stair actions, because I won't have enough stone. But I will get a stone for playing this. And then when you get multiple actions, you have to spread them out as much as possible. So I couldn't just take 6 stone right now and then build 2 times. I have to go 1, 2, 3. I have to do all those actions once. So I'll take 2 stone. I'll take 3 potatoes. All right. And then I'll take this stair building action, which really good iconography on this game, by the way. Okay. Like right up here, we get to see what it costs. So again, the negative for me is this is a mute point. I don't get to use that one because I have to use that one because I don't have enough. I don't have 6 stone. But I will spend the 3 stone.
It's a moo point, as Joey Tribbiani from Friends would say.
A moo point.
It's a cow's opinion. It's moo.
Ooh.
That's
rough. That's a really bad joke. I mean, it's terrible.
Hey, while you're thinking, I'm going to go ahead and fix a mistake that I made at the beginning, and John's going to do this in just a second.
You made a mistake?
Yeah, when you build your stairs, I thought of this, but I was letting you finish.
Oh, you didn't take your reward.
You get your reward for that too. So my reward is going to be 4 victory points. This happened before the game started, and I also get to take 2 potatoes and then another corn. Look at that.
Okay.
Some may say I'm corny,
dude. Ugh.
Because of the jokes, but also because I have a lot of corn.
I'm feeling kind of gross with your jokes.
Gross?
Yeah, it's actually kind of gross right now.
Corny. It's corny.
It's actually...
I was just saying I have a lot of corn.
I got a lot of taters, man. Look at those.
Taters.
Holy sacks of taters. All right, so now that I did my move, I don't know if Dean did this or not. Yeah, he must have. No, he did it because he got the warrior. At the very end of your turn, you can take one of these workers here. If you want the one on the this end, you spin a potato. One on this end, you spin a corn. You put one in the middle, you do nothing. You can't get those. So I got a ton of taters, and I wouldn't mind, I guess, taking a craftsman, right? Yeah, a craftsman. I think I'll do that. You can never have more than 2 workers at the same time also. On your turn, that's my turn.
Yep. How much corn do you have over there? You have enough to be able to do something. So, okay, I'm going to play... Oh, boy. Let's think through this. All right, so I'm going to play... I only have 2 of these. What are they? Priests? Is that what these ones are called?
Yep.
2 priests. So I'm going to play one of them. Now, part of the reason why I put the stairs down here is so that I can take an action down here. And it cost me 2 less potatoes to take that action. Now, if John's doing that and he goes through my stairs, I get a victory point. But it's my own stairs, so I don't get that.
So when you place your worker, you're going to look at the different... There are 5 segments of this board, if you can see on this pentagon here. And if Dean wanted to go to this segment, it would cost him just to verify 100%. Yeah, I knew it was, but I just want to make sure. Even though I've played this a bunch of times now. A 1 for roaming, 3 to go to the next one there. So he could go here for 1, there for 3. But you're also going to be paying 2 to descend down here, or 5 to descend down here. So if he moved here and wanted to go all the way down here, he'd have to roam 1 and descend 5. It would cost him 5 actually to do it.
Yeah.
So it can get pretty pricey if you want to move. That's why moving the high priest is really interesting, and building stairs.
That's right. And I don't really necessarily love the action that I'm taking right now, but I'm kind of setting myself up for a little bit later. So I will play this symbol, and I'm going to place my worker here. Now with the priest, they have 2 actions as well, 2 things that go along with the with that meeple. One is I get to take one of the cards up here. So the 2 that are on display, or the 1 that I can draw right there. And then I can also pay a potato to be able to take an extra action. And I think I will do that. I'm going to pay a potato. I don't have to pay the 2 potatoes to move down here again because of my stairs. I will take, I'm going to draw blindly here, I think. Well, I like that. Like that a lot, John. And then with the High Priest, because I paid that potato, paid the potato, and now I can take 2 actions based on these. So I'm going to first off take 2 stone. I would love to take a produce action.
Produce?
I think I said produce. Produce action, but I can't because I don't have any of those tiles over there. But I will take a tapestry action, meaning I'm going to take the top 3 tiles, and I can afford all 3 of these. I have 6 total coins.
Dang it, they're all different. But that one matches, so that's good.
And they're all helpful. So John mentioned that they match. And these are actually all be really good for me. What that means is when you take them, you can place them end to end with this, and then it matches with the other symbol. And if it does, when you get to produce during the festival, is that what it's called?
During the festival or during this action down here.
Or during that action, you will produce all of those things on there. So I actually will, I'm going to pay 6 corn. If I just wanted to buy 1, it would cost me 1. If I wanted to buy 2, it would cost me 3. All 3, it's going to cost me 6.
And one of the reasons he's buying them is because if he doesn't buy 1 of them, or however many of them, I get to buy 1 if I desire for 2 corn, which I have 1 corn, and gold is a wild resource. While he's choosing, I will mention that if you don't have the God card, you can always spend 1 gold to be able to go to any symbol on the board. You still have to pay the roaming cost. You still have to pay the descending cost.
That's right. Now my problem with this is I do have 1 that
Jeez, you're really starting off well.
Well, I can't do a full one. So you have to. Yeah. You can't have 2 of the same in here. These 2 match up. So what I'm going to do, this is a really tough one. I think I might just, I'm going to take this and put it here, and then hope that I can get another symbol later.
Okay.
So that means when this triggers, I'll be able to get 3 potatoes and then a military card. And that will be, I think I've done everything on my turn. Is that right?
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
All right, so that's going to flip over.
Wait, unless I want to buy, I think I do. Yep, I do. I'll pay a potato to buy this meeple up here. So now I've got a blue and a white, which are, you want the actual names? An architect and a priest.
Okay.
You don't care about that. You just want to know the colors.
It's all right.
Okay.
Okay, I am
putting a little theme in there, John.
No, I like that. Actually, okay. I was just not listening to you until you said architect.
Story of my life.
Okay. So I am going to play this card and send my courier down here. Now again, it would cost me 2 to descend, but I don't have to because of the stairs. In addition to that, a courier, one of the courier's bonuses is that they pay 1 less food when they go to whatever spot. But in addition to that, if they're the first in a segment, so this is the first in this segment on this terrace right here, I'm actually going to get 2 actions for that worker. So, Dean, if you want to shuffle those back up again and. Yeah. Oops, that
one's going to go straight.
Yeah, sorry. That was my fault. So I'm definitely going to take the 2. So I get 2 actions. I'll take the 2 potatoes. I just grabbed 2 corn. Grab the 2 corn, and I don't have the stone to be able to do that, which I was a little worried. I almost didn't do what I just did. But I also wanted to get the double action down here at the moment, and I didn't think Dean would probably come over here, but you kind of never know. Dang it. I probably should have done that. I got taters for days. I can go all over the place. I don't like the way this game's starting. You have a great...
I like...
Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh. I was supposed to, whenever I got... Guys, someone will notice this.
You're right.
I have this that I get these bonuses. So I took this action and this action. Right. So I should have got another stone and I should have got another potato my first round. Plus, I also get a victory point every time I do that. 1, 2. And then I come down here and I took a corn and I took a tater. So I should get another corn and another tater. And then I should also get 2 victory points. So let me make sure I get a victory point every single time I do that. I think I do. But go ahead and make your move and I'll just consult the rule book to make sure, Deanie.
All right, I
haven't used it.
I think what I'm going to do here.
Oh, sorry. I have a million. I have a million taters. I might as well get another worker right now. Go ahead.
All right.
Grab an architect.
Ooh, this is a tricky spot now. I don't really know what I want to do. If I place there, I cannot really do much. I think what I'm going to do, I might take a secondary action. Let's see. I could do that and that. Yep, I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to take a... Yeah, I'll take a secondary action, which is going to allow me to... I can move my High Priest. Have you taken a secondary action yet?
I've not.
Okay, so when you do that, you're not placing a meeple out onto the board to take that action. What you're doing is you're going to choose two of the different options of either grabbing a meeple down here. You can move your High Priest to take the action from the space that they're moving to. Taking cards up here. What am I forgetting?
The military cards.
Oh, or drawing two and taking a military card. Yeah. This is a really tough decision I've got right here, because what I would like to do, I'll go ahead and say, so I would like to be able to buy God. Now that, John's getting some benefits from the God tile that he has. The closest one that I have is down here. Now, I can afford that, but the problem is the one that I want to use... like that screaming that I've got going on right there. Yeah, I just don't love that. Yep, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a secondary action. I'm going to draw, let's see, I get two cards, right? I'm going to take two cards from the top of the deck or from out there, and I think the first one I'm going to take is this. And I will just draw one blindly because that's all that's there. And the next thing I will do, that kind of changes things a little bit. Next thing I'll do is, I think I'm going to take two military cards, because part of me wants to stay in this area a little bit. I've got some unfinished business here, John, that I'm not ready to give up on yet. So I'll take two. I'm going to keep one and discard the other one. And sorry, I need to keep these in my hand. That might get a little confusing, but if you have cards face down over here, that indicates that they're in play, but they're face down. You can flip them up. These are actually not in play, so I'll just keep them right there. And that will be my entire turn. I'll keep my High Priest right there.
Yeah, this is a tough decision for me. Because whenever this gets emptied, the next player or the rest of the other players will take a turn, and then we'll go to a festival. 3 festivals, the game's over. So it's like Maracaibo and all those games where you're determining, kind of how long the rounds are played. And what I'm thinking right now is I don't like that Dean has that really nice tapestry over there where he's going to get 3 potatoes. He's going to get that military card if we go to festival. I'd like to go here, but I don't have enough corn to buy all 3, and I don't love this one at the moment. And I know for sure that can go into Dean's. It wouldn't match his symbols.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't match his symbol.
But not only does it give you those engines, but you get victory points at the end of the game. If he gets that 7 wide, it's 21 points.
But again, they all have to be different symbols, like John said.
They do. So 6 wide is 15, I think. Yeah, 6 wide is 15. So he could also. So I guess I'm gonna do it because I don't know if you love that one, but I don't want to keep letting you get. Oh my gosh, this is kind of tough. And part of me saying just take some secondary actions and get some more God cards. We're going to have to pay for our God cards with potatoes, but I got potatoes for days right now. So, you know what I'm gonna take a secondary action this time. I'm gonna have to draw 2 of these blindly, which really is not exciting. I got the one I wanted though. Okay, that works. That's my first action. My second is I think I'm going to take these guys right here. You have any military cards yet?
I got 2. Yep.
Oh wow, no decision for me.
You like those?
Look at you looking, Dean. I was trying to just let Meepletown see it.
It's the same thing. Is that right?
That's a good one right there.
Yeah, getting 2 of those military characters is where it's at.
Okay, your turn. I think we play through the first festival, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. Which we're getting kind of close. We got to get these 2 gone. I've been really debating on what I want to do over here, and I think what I will do. Yep, this might not be the best thing to do, but you know what? It's what I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to play play this card right here to play my priest onto this spot right here, I believe. And, Yeah, I don't love that. Do I want to play that priest there? No. I'm actually gonna. This will be more of a waste, I think. But I'm gonna play my architect right
I like
here.
the sound of that.
It's more of a waste because the priest will allow me to take another action if I pay a potato, but I don't really need to pay that right now. So I think what I'm going to do, I really want to build something. I like that tile up there that's going to give me some resources. Right now I'm not able to produce anything. Yeah, so that one's going to cost me a corn, which I don't have, but I'll spend a gold, a potato, and a stone. Gold counts as a wild resource. And now whenever I go to produce something, I'll be able to produce a gold and a corn, which is going to be...
stone engine right there. That's...
Yeah, no, that's really nice.
That's expensive.
But again, I can only do that one thing. Now, I can spend a potato to buy that, and I will. I'll spend a potato to buy this green meeple, which is, wait for it, craftsman. I'm going to buy a craftsman, and I'm kind of eyeing these spots here that will allow me to do those double actions. I have not left this region, which is not normal for me, but I got a lot of unfinished business there.
Okay. I like some of the cards I drew, but I'm worried this gets taken and I have no tapestry and no engine whatsoever. I wish I had that. I wish I had 6 corn to block Dean, but I am going to do this at this point. I'm going to descend down here, which really stinks for me because I only get 1 action. But I just want to get some tapestry going at this point. Yeah, I do. So I'm going to get to look at these 3. All right. This one matches up, which would be nice to... This allows me to spend a gold, if I have it, to go up 1 on the temple track whenever this is set off. So I want to keep that. And, I mean, I have no choice but to take this. I can't give Dean the 3 victory point match right now. This is not going to be... I mean, he can use it and put it up top to go for that. I mean, he can use it, but it's not going to give him an engine at the moment. So I'm going to take that one and this one, which cost me 3, right?
Yeah, and I can't afford it anyway. All I have is 1 gold. So.
Oh, you spent it. You just spent the stuff. Oh, perfect timing. Sorry,
yeah.
I forgot that you just did that. That needs to go up there. I also was semi-tempted to take the a secondary action to take that to match my god, but I have so many potatoes right now. I don't think that would be ideal. So I don't know. I don't know if that was a great move or not, actually, but I did it. So there you go.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. All right, now.
Hold up a second, though.
No,
I know. Here I go. No. This is when I don't think I want to go to festival right now. I'm just trying to think this. If I decide to go to festival, I will get 1 victory point. I'll take this marker and get 1 victory point. However, Dean will get another turn, which I don't love. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass on going to festival at the moment.
Yeah, there's a that timer aspect, because I've got a lot of decisions right now. What I would like to do, I've got these 2 military cards here, and I would like to just jump over here and be able to take this take this guy out. He would go up here, and when I do the conquest action, then I would have a better opportunity to be able to place some of the stuff out there. But the problem is I don't have enough resources. Like, you have to have potatoes to pay your workers at the end. Now, I will be able to pay...
For every card you have, and if you don't, it costs you 2 victories. You decided not to take this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't afford it.
Right.
Now, I will be able to feed them because I do have these 3 potatoes. So I guess it wouldn't be a terrible idea for me to do that. The benefit, and I'll just kind of read this. When you take the conquest, you're going to be able to play a card from your hand per, like a potato. You pay a potato per card that you want to play out of your hand. If you are the person that's taking the action, if I'm the primary person that's placing my high priest there, then I'll get to place one for free as well as be able to pay potatoes. Now I have 2 cards. I have 1 potato, so that actually would be a perfect thing for me to do. John does have a card, plenty of potatoes, so he'd be able to get one out too. But I would also be able to take to put 2 discs out there potentially. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to go for it. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay,
I'm just
go for it.
I'm just going to do it. All right, I'm just going to jump over here. I will take the conquest action, but I also get another secondary action, which I do have to think through because I haven't thought through that part. I don't want to take these. So I think what I'm going to do for my secondary is I'm going to take 2 of these, and I'll get to choose one. Perfect.
Okay.
Like that. All right.
I guess we'll see.
put those back. And now for my conquest action, I will be able to play. I can potentially play all 3 of these cards because I do have 1 potato. I do have a gold that I can use for a potato. And I get 1 for free. I just don't know if that's...
I played my potato to flip this over.
All right, you already did yours then. So, okay. I will pay... I'm kind of running out of space over here where I'll play these. Let me drop these down here. So I'm going to play all 3 of these, I think. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those yet. But I will be able to put out...
Wow, you got it.
Two
Dude, how many doubles came out? The deck should have been shuffled well.
Are you all right? I mean, yeah.
I think you're cheating.
So I have a total of 5 of these warriors now. This is going to go up here for the conquest, and now I can put 2 discs into different spots. That's the benefit. Another benefit of me being able to play, and John will be able to put 1. So what do I want to do with these? I've got probably the best thing I'll be able to do is to put 2 discs out. Maybe I can flip one of these 2 over if there's a spot to do that, or kill off a 2, which. This would be my best spot to do that. Or, I think what I'm going to do, that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4. If I kill 2 and do that. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to... John only has a 2 over there. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my 1 over. And when I flip my 1 over, I'm just going to take my disc. And I'm just going to put it up here. And that is going to give me 2 corn, and that's it. Nothing really special out of that, but I need resources, and that's a good way to get them. And now back over to John before I place my second one.
Yeah, so, and he wants to win both, probably.
I want to win the game.
So he has 4 points for those. It's interesting when you have these, it's by warrior, as Dean said, but the only spot where I can use 2 warriors is this one right here. Now, if I take this spot, I get 3 victory points, that's fine. I'm guessing Dean will come over here because, it's not only who has the most discs, but whoever is the furthest right. It's really only worth 1 point, so I don't really know if Dean really cares that much about that. I wouldn't mind having this double one, though, and not having to use it. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to flip these warriors over, go to this spot right here, and gain 3 victory points, and see what Dean does.
What I should have done is something different, but that's okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill off those. What I should have done is flipped a 2 over instead, but it's fine. I won't go back and do it. I'm going to kill off, what I would need to do is kill off 3. I'm going to kill off all 4 of these.
To get 2 more.
To get those tapestries over there.
Dang it.
So yeah, I'll play this over here. And when you do the tapestries here, you don't have to pay for them in the same way that you have to pay for the other ones.
And you either take the top tapestry or draw the bottom one. So
I think I can fit that one in here. And let me look at. Whoops, sorry. Look at this. So I will be able to use this to flip over.
Man, you are building like crazy.
I'll do that. So I'll put this here to flip this one over, and then I'll get another one. So John's going to flip that one over. And
wow, that was not a good draw for you.
It was not.
But that also
on either account. So
also means the next one's probably going to be good for you.
It is. It is not. No, it's not. Yeah, no, that is good.
That's good.
That is good.
Just because they're brown, it makes it look
it's hard to tell the symbols sometimes. I thought that I drew one that I already had. So putting this one in this tapestry over here means, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I'll be able to, when I set that off, take 3 victory points. And that will be it.
All right, cool beans. How about that? Beans. So now I get one more turn, then we go to festival. So I'm sitting here wrestling with,
Where's that token, John?
What token? Oh, the festival?
Festival token.
Give yourself a victory.
Yeah, so I take the festival token to show that I trigger that and I get a victory point.
I also went there because I actually thought he probably wouldn't do that. I thought he would probably come and do something else down here, which means I'll get 1 victory point, he'll get 2 in the festival.
Yeah, at the beginning it's not a big deal.
There's some other things, I want to do here, and I'm wrestling with what to do. I can come up here and I can go ahead and get some stone. And I could build. I really like this building right here because I don't have a build. I don't have anything to do production. On the flip side, I could come down here, and the problem coming down here though is I would get 2 actions, and I can't take any. I don't have this stuff to get that. I wouldn't mind getting that to start building my tapestry because when these things are gone, they're gone.
Right.
And so if Dean just starts ripping through these, then I'm in trouble. But it doesn't do me good to use that action. So I'm just going to do this. I don't love it, and he'll hate it. I'll play this. Now, I'll get 2 actions because the green guy, the craftsman, is right next to me here. So I'm definitely going to take these 2 stone. Then I'm going to pick this up, which is going to cost me 2 stone and 2 potatoes. And that's going to be my turn. I'll also have to pay. I didn't pay, sorry. I need to pay a roaming cost for going over there because my high priest is right here. All right. That's it, man. Let's festival.
So then let's do the festival. All right. That's not in
Meeple Town, Meeple Town.
This is not in the rule book.
Down to Meeple
Town. I can tell you, this game is not that exciting, right?
Oh, that's what you say.
Okay. I'm going to do that during the
I'm going to pull this out just to make sure. Hey, by the way, phenomenal player in this game, which we talked
really
about.
Is,
it's so good. It's absolutely needed, 100%. But
even if you played the game several times, it's helpful.
Yeah, I mean, we played it. I played it a lot, and I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. All right, so this is empty. Now we're going to get to set these off. So I'm going to only have one thing that matches, which is I'm going to spend a gold to go up this track, which gets me a card and a potato, and I'll get some points as well. So which card do I want? I'll take the one that matches my god symbol. All right.
All right, my turn?
I guess. Hold up a second. That's actually interesting thought. I'm not going to take that one. I'm taking this one.
The one that's going to give you the bonus. You'll see that in just a second.
You'll see that in a second.
That's a good move. All right, so for me, what I get to do is I'm going to flip a card over or a tile.
Did I take my potato?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're not playing through the next round anyway, so maybe we will. After the camera, maybe we're going to finish this game.
See.
Who knows? All right, then I get to take
It's pretty good. It's
a military card. Then I'll take 3 potatoes.
I'm taking a tater.
What?
I don't think I did.
Take potatoes.
I don't think I did. If I did, then I cheated. Sorry.
And then on this tapestry, I get to take 1, 2, 3 points, and that's all I get to do there. All right?
Excellent. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is score points based on where we're at in the temple on the temple track. And so Dean gets 1 and I get 2. After that, we're going to score points for the conquest marker. So the way that works, as we mentioned, you get victory points for who has the area majority, or if it's tied, the furthest right. You get victory points for how many warriors or whoever workers are in that spot. So Dean gets a point here, 1 point there because there's 1 worker there. I get 1 point there, so 1.
So we basically just reversed what was on that track there.
Yeah. Now we're going to have to pay 2 potatoes for every god card in our hand. And if we don't, we lose 2 victory points.
Yeah.
Wow, that hurts you. You're hurting on taters this game for some reason, huh?
It is. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to also refill the village here with these. So let's do that.
By the way, John, you said 2 potatoes per card in your hand.
I said 2 potatoes?
Yeah, I think that's what you said. You only pay 1. So if you only saw me take 3 from my pile and put them in there.
I think I said that I pay 2 taters for my cards, but sometimes we go back to the tape and Johnny's wrong. I'm gonna
say that I'm right.
It happens. It happens. I did only pay 2.
Book it, Meeple Town. I was right.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, now the last thing that we do is it's actually good that Dean is in last place here because he's barely behind me. I'm going to take a card, and Dean's going to take
2 cards.
2 cards, yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're going to draw cards. Okay.
You all right?
Yeah, and no, it says draw cards, so I think we just draw them blindly. I know that's how we've played.
That's how we've always
played. I think that's what the rules mean. You can correct me if I'm wrong, and I like being corrected. I like being spanked a little bit.
Oh gosh, man, you take things to a weird place.
I don't actually at all. That was just stupid to say. I don't like that at all. I'm creeping myself out a little bit, and I'm actually making myself uncomfortable right now.
Good. That's good.
Do you think that we could make Meepletown even more uncomfortable?
Oh, I'm sure we could. Do you know what you're going to... Are you looking at... So what John hasn't said is you can actually... I don't even know what you're talking about right now. You can get rid of up to 3 cards from your hand and take the resources.
He goes first because he is the festival guy. It's his turn.
I need resources. I mean, that's just straight up what I need, but I also would like some of these other things. I don't know what to do. I think I am gonna get rid of 3 cards though, I think.
Wow. Just boom, boom, boom.
Oof. Yeah, I don't love this, but I think I will. So this one's going to give me 2 potatoes and 2 points. This one is going to give me a military card. Yeah, I love this.
I gotta get some more military cards.
And this one's going to give me a gold and a victory point. And I didn't even look to see what these are, if they're going to benefit me at all, but I just know that I want resources.
You Tawantin resources.
And these will just go straight shuffling back into the deck. You going to keep anything?
Yeah, well, that's an interesting thing. Yeah, I'm gonna give up both of these first, and let's just see what happens. Those are gonna get back in the deck. So I'm gonna take this because this matches. Wish I would have gotten it before we did the festival there. Then I played this because I don't need the potatoes, but I do need workers. So I'm going to take from this nomad land here, and yeah, I'm gonna take this craftsman right here.
Ooh, that's gonna give you a lot of actions.
Yeah, and then I think I might just wait and do this on another. Yep, I'm going to keep this card right here. So
that is, then what we would do is start the next round. We're going to do the same thing 3 times.
And then let's just talk about victory points, like some in-game scoring and some different things like that. I'll pull this out just to make sure that we don't mess it up. But we're going to get in-game scoring for, let's just say we're going to keep getting these by round on this temple track. At the end of the game, though, we will get these bonuses if we've made it to any of those spots. We'll continue to score points on the conquest, but that is not into the in-game scoring. I just want to point out that all the ways we can score points. We are going to also be able to, by the way, we didn't mention this, but we can go up the temple track. One of the ways that we can go up the temple track is by getting rid of gods. And gods can also be very valuable in the victory points.
Yeah.
I wonder if I took my 3 victory points for playing that god at the beginning of the game.
I think
I did. Who cares? 3 more points. No, I'm just kidding.
For sure you did. Yeah.
But that's an interesting part of the game as well. The tapestries are going to go, as I mentioned, from 0, if you only have 1, all the way up to 21 points. So Dean has 4, just for some context. He would score 6 points at the end of the game for that. He would score 1 point at the end of the game for that. I would score 0 for this and 3 for my tapestry. We're also going to score 2 points for every face-up production building, or building, which you have 1. Yeah. I have 2, so that would be 2 of those. We're going to actually score points for cards in our hand for these that are face up and under hand, for any workers we have left, and for any gold. I don't think I missed anything else.
Tiebreaker is resources. We've had to do that. We'll talk about it.
There we go. So art and components?
Art and components, yeah. Yep. All right, so with the art and components, well, I realize that
astute observation.
Sometimes we have overlap with our podcast when we talk about this. One of the things that I talked about on the podcast was the box cover. I'm not the biggest fan of the box cover myself.
And I'll pull it up.
Yeah, you can put it up there. John is.
I'm having a hard time with angles.
John, you like it. You like the art on the box.
I do. I'm not a huge fan of the font. That's just, I'm a font guy, and I'm not loving that. But I think the art's beautiful. And Dean doesn't like muted colors, like the earth tones. Let's say that.
Sure.
I'm cool with earth tones, so I'm down. It's the sound of the earth. Earth tone,
I guess.
You know what I'm saying? Stick your ear to the ground, baby.
With the other components,
listen to Mother Earth.
Some things that I like. I really like the custom meeples that you got. The corn is really cool. The gold, the little plastic bits for the gold. The potatoes are cool. All that's neat. The high priest meeples I think are really neat. Everything else is it's fine. The art doesn't really necessarily grab me. The closer you get, there's some cool details on here. With the people.
Yeah.
It's fine, but it's nothing that really blows me away. But the price of it is pretty low for all the stuff that you're getting gameplay wise, and so I'm okay with the production.
Yeah, so I like the board art. I agree with you. I'm not like, oh my gosh, it's the most amazing thing in the world, but I like it. What I like a lot about this, and I don't know if on the camera maybe it looks really. I think it looks.
Seems like it looks brighter.
It also looks busier. I think everything looks a little bit jumbled, from that high. When you get down close to the board, I think that this thing looks. The iconography and the graphic design is really phenomenal in this game. Yep. Super easy to understand. These are whatever. And they're whatever. Yeah. And this is nice. You can see everything really clearly, and I like that a lot.
You mentioned the player aid, which is kind of in gameplay more so than components, but this is amazing. It's really, really well done.
You have to have it. This game would be frustrating
totally
without
agree.
it.
Yeah.
But with it, it's fine. The cardboard's nice and thick on these. Yeah. I like the cardboard on those, on the gods. This is, again, as I've mentioned before, right up my alley. This game is like $42. That's a lot for $42. I mean, I'm just gonna.
It's a lot of stuff for $42.
Yeah, I think it's a great. I think that's a great deal if we're just thinking of how much, or a good deal. Maybe not as spectacular for what it is. But anyways, I like the art. I like the components. Dean is okay with them.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So what about the game?
Whoa! What are you hitting over there?
What's going on over here?
Play.
All right. So what about the gameplay?
Okay. Wow. This game is awesome.
Oh,
How about that?
you're not
Spoiler
even
alert.
building this up. You're just jumping right into it.
You know,
Your
Rado
final thoughts.
always does that. Have you noticed that? Like, you can usually tell right off the bat. Like, he's like, "Ah!"
The high pitch voice. The
Yeah.
higher the pitch voice, the better the game.
No, this game is really good. So, David Zursky, Anachrony is phenomenal. Really, really love that.
Were we reviewing that?
No.
Okay.
But I've really enjoyed his stuff. All right, I've really enjoyed the games that he's worked on, even the solo modes that he's done and stuff like that. So I was really excited about this. This was on my top 10 list of games that I most anticipated. I'm coming out around this Essen season here, around the Essen season. So like I was super excited about it. And this game does not disappoint. There's so many really interesting parts to this game. Now, there's a lot of choices to make.
Sure.
Because you could go anywhere. However, these are not all different icons. So you're seeing the same things, the same actions. They're just in different spots on the board with your high priest and whatnot. But I'll just off the bat, and then I'll toss it to you. Some of the things I like about just the simple mechanics of how you play is placing one of your workers, looking and trying to place it in an area with the same color, if possible, or on the blue or green, or both. I was going to go here next move so that I could get 3 actions on that spot. And then, but not only that, but if it matches up with your god, then you get the bonus on the bottom of the god card, which is really, really nice, which I almost took that potato just to get those 3 potatoes, but I wanted to get the tapestry as well. So right off the bat, I like that. I like the way the stairs work when you're factoring in the cost for sending out your workers and the way that other people use them. You score a victory point. That's really neat.
Yep.
I'll toss it over to you.
Yeah. I got
a lot
things.
more to say.
I mean, so for me, this game is one that I wasn't really looking forward to.
You weren't at all looking forward to this one.
No, I wasn't. It just didn't seem like my jam. But after playing this, what it feels like is a heavy Feld to me, which is, I love Feld games. But the reason why it feels that way is because of all the things that you're saying. The way that you can get multiple actions or multiple resources based on the card play and the tapestry and, even the production, all of those different things that you can do to get resources and all the things you can do to get points. You can conquest, you can get points from these stairs and placing these in the right spot so that people are constantly taking those actions, especially in a higher player count. But I guess the lower player count, you're able to get more stairs out there probably. But there's just a lot of different things that you can do. And the thing I like is in these type of games, what I don't like is having to be pigeonholed into doing one thing or maybe 2 things. This one, you can spread yourself out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like you can have an engine from your building tiles. You can also build some stairs. You can also conquest. You can do all of these different things. And I think as long as you're not, spreading your stuff out too thin, you can do some of these things really well, and you don't feel pigeonholed. You feel like you have a lot more opportunities to do things, and I love that. Resources.
I agree.
You get a ton of resources if you play your cards right or play your tapestry cards right. You get a ton of
Is this better than
resources.
tapestry? No. You said tapestry.
I did say tapestry.
All right.
Moving cards. So there's a lot of things that I really like in this.
Yeah. So now this game, I said overwhelming. This game, because you can do, I think there's a lot of choices to do things, but it's not, to me, it's not like super overwhelming or anything like that. But it doesn't, if you get buildings and different things, you can kind of point you in a direction. Besides that, you can kind of start however you want to start. You can kind of go whatever direction you want to go. That direction will be, again, probably pointed a little bit by which production cards come out, which bonuses come out right here, maybe even which tapestry cards you're getting. And
which of the god cards you have.
So you're going to have some things that I point you, but you can, like Dean said, you can do a lot of different things. I played this with my wife, and to her, it was kind of overwhelming. Like, she likes a game that kind of just says, hey, go here, and let me figure out how to go there and get there faster and beat you at it. I like a game oftentimes, and sometimes those games are really fun, actually, but I do like a game that is pretty wide open, because exploring a game is something I love to do. And this game gets you tons of exploration. Like, every time I play this, I'm feeling different, because I could go heavy on getting you some gods to build an engine that way, or the tapestry, or like everything. My favorite part of this game is everything is an engine building something. Almost everything is building some kind of an engine, which is what I'm saying, like going out. So, like, if I do the stairs, it could be a point building engine if people are going on these things. With the conquest, if this is a kind of a point building engine, because as you're building more and more, you're going to score points over the course of the game. You're going to score points during the festivals and stuff over here. You get resources from the tapestry. You can get resources from your production here. You can get resources and bonuses from your perpetual bonus, for perpetual perpetual bonuses there. So like everything that you're doing is I think almost everything, Dean, is some little mini engine or something that's giving you some kind of perpetual bonus as the game plays. And if you know me, engine building is my favorite, mechanic. My favorite types of games are engine building games, and this gives you so much of that. Really, really my favorite part.
Yeah, I agree with that. And with the, this does have 2 different multi-use cards in it, which is, I don't know if we mentioned
with
this,
these to a degree because you're getting the cards.
I don't know if we mentioned this, but with those military cards, you also that has a resource listed at the bottom that you can just use this as a resource
anytime. Just discard whatever you want.
Yeah, so you can just totally rack up on these to gain resources, and that be the way that you get resources, right? Because you can get those cards fairly easily with spots on the board with the different engines that you have built here.
Yeah,
lots of different things that you can do. Now, I do think. I would agree that it can feel overwhelming, but what I think this game does well is it has a lot of options, but at the same time, once you place your High Priest and you start down that trek, that narrows it quite a bit, right? At the beginning of the game, probably you're going to place your High Priest wherever you want to focus, where you're going to take your actions. And so I think that really helps kind of narrow things down. And with the cards that you get at the beginning of the game, the God cards, with the symbol
on there, you can
only
go to those symbols,
but also the ones that you get to trade in for resources. You didn't see us do that, but we did it. With the resources, that helps you kind of narrow things down, and I like that. I think that really does help you kind of focus things a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you can only do the things that you have resources for. You might have a lot of potatoes, which will allow you to take actions to different places. You might have a lot of corn. You might want to spend that on the weaving action. So there's, it helps you narrow that down a lot, I think.
And then I mentioned during the gameplay, if you saw that, I also like how the timing aspect of the rounds, how it's not like a certain amount of of rounds. It's just when these get taken up, which lead to a lot of even stalemates. Remember the last game we played, Dean? Like both of us were kind of like, oh, should we do it? Should we not? Should we do it? Should we not? And we took like 3 or 4 rounds not taking those, finding other ways to get these guys. I should put another one on here, by the way. And it was just kind of fun, actually, kind of fun and interesting because we were both trying to debate what was the most optimal time to do that. So
now a negative with that, I don't think this is a real strong negative for me, but I do think it can be a negative. But it may just been the way that we've played. So if you delay the game too much, you're limited on these weaving tiles that you have. You're also limited on the spots that you can move up on the temple track. So in the last game that we played, because we were delaying so much, it allowed us to take a lot more actions, which means we ran out of these about 3/4 of the way through. I ran up to the very top of the temple track by the end, and I could have gone another like 3 or 4 spots beyond that. I don't know if that's necessarily a fault of the game, or probably we should have sped the game up a little bit more. It also took 2 hours in that game, which that hasn't really been the case for us. Usually it's more towards the hour and a half side of things for us in a 2-player game.
That's right.
So anyway, I don't know if that's a negative. Maybe I would want to see, once I hit the spot,
you get 2 points.
You keep moving, you keep getting points. That forces somebody else to kind of do this. But it's like really minor for me.
So final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Let's do this.
You want to go first or me go first?
I'll go first.
All right, go first.
Okay, I had 0 expectations for this game.
0 expectations.
I just,
I was pulling him to play this. Like,
Yeah.
you got to play this game with me.
Which,
This is not really good.
you when you were selling it, I think I was thinking something like Zolkin, something like Takenu or
Which are games that you
one.
like, don't love.
Yeah. Takenu was my favorite, and that came out this year. I really did like that one, but as far as like being something that I would love, I did not think that this game would be this. But then we started playing it, and it felt like I keep saying failed. I don't want to discredit Dirtsy because this is very much his own thing for sure. So it felt like a point salad-y game and a kind of an open world type of game. Think you can do whatever you want in this game. And I love that. I really like that in games where I don't feel pigeonholed, where I can do what I want to do. And, it may be good, may be bad, but hey, it's my choices. And I can do what I want.
And Dean, you also don't gravitate toward. This is like a weight of around 4 on BGG.
Yeah.
You do like some games like that a lot, but that you don't generally gravitate towards those being, which was one thing I was a little nervous about.
Usually, like if I look at my average of like weighted games, it's somewhere around like 2.8, 3. Like those mid-weight Euro games tend to be my jam, and I really like thematic games. This is not thematic at all.
You don't feel like you're sending your architect to build buildings out?
I tried to make it a little thematic by that, but
I tried to.
No, I mean they do have thematic purposes, I guess. But all that to say, I love this game so much. I give this one a 9. Out of 10, which for right now, this is my second 9 I've given this year. this is up there for Game of the Year for sure for me. This game is fantastic. If you like,
wow, coming from Dean, that's a big deal.
Those type of games, where you can point salad games, heavier point salad games. This might be your jam.
I mentioned it when we fart. When we fart? Is that what I just said? Oh my gosh. I need to beep that out. That's gross. Ugh. We've really bubbled our words this video. When I first started the gameplay, I started talking about the gameplay. I love this game. It exceeded my expectations. You almost spit your coffee.
Yeah, I did.
That was my goal.
That was very predictable. I thought that was coming.
For all the reasons. The engine building on every aspect of the game almost. The different ways that you can spread out. I didn't mention when we were talking about the gameplay, I love how the workers have special abilities. I think we hit on a little bit, like, it's so cool that when you're going out, even whenever you're looking at the different colors, and do they match the color, and do they match your God card, and what ability do they have? And that could be overwhelming to some folks. I do think that this game could be, any game can be AP. You can have AP in any game, but this could be more prone to it, maybe for that reason. But again, as Dean said, with the sections and where you put your high priest, I think that's what might make it feel like a Feld. He kind of makes things a little simpler. Like, you have options, but okay, here are your options really. Of course, you can go anywhere you want to. But anyways, I didn't get the Feld feels. I'm just trying to help Dean.
Point salad is.
I'm trying to help him with that. But anyways, I really love those things about this game. This game is awesome. Dean, I agree with you 100%. This is 9 out of 10.
Ooh.
Which is the highest. That is tied for the highest score that I've given a game this entire year.
Neither one of us have, that's tied for both of us, and neither one of us have collectively given one game such a high score.
But I like this better. So I just tell you, my other one that I gave a 9 was Takenu. I like Takenu a lot, but I like this game better. I would rather play this game. Takenu was more of a borderline 8.5 to 9. This is an easy 9. And who knows? I mean, maybe it could rise. I'm not sure if it will, but it at least is a really solid 9 out of 10. So far, my favorite game. There's still several really good ones that I'm excited about. Yeah. But, really enjoy this one.
Excellent. So 9 from both of us. Big score from both of us at 9. I'm not going to chest bump you. Tell people how they can get in touch with us.
If you're enjoying our channel, we'd love for you to subscribe to our channel. We are at Meepletown Games on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you want to check out all of our stuff, we're at meepletowngames.com, and we're Board Game Geek Guild 3407.
Thanks for coming down to Meepletown.
Thanks for joining us, and be sure to follow us on Twitter at Meepletown Games, and connect with us on the Meepletown Guild, Guild number 3407, at BoardGameGeek.com, and also subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. And until next time, thanks for coming down to Meepletown.